Shalawam Israel. I'd like to give all praises, honor, and glory to YAHAWAH, YAHAWASHI. Double honor to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. And Shalawam to Lek out there, doing this work of faith, labor of love, truth, and sincerity. I just want to do a real quick commentary, based upon, the latest live stream with this guy James White from Alpha and Omega Ministries, and Apostle Tahar putting it up there, that James White, has put up the white flag, and in this end of this segment, you can tell, man, the spirit out of him is gone, man, But I'm gonna just get into this real quick, just make a few points, because I don't want to make this too long. So Lord willing, it's edifying.
But as far as I know, I'm not actually going to be involved, but there will be hopefully 2 dividing lines that we'll be doing while I'm away with Vocab Malone and guests on the history and inside workings of the Black Hebrew Israelite movement.
So what they're really trying to do is just, dig up some type of information, what I'm saying? The history and the workings of how we really get down, because deep down we're still a mystery unto them, man. They know certain base things in which we speak on through the a few confrontations that brothers have had with them on comment boards, other men out there, like Sakari and Tazariak dealing with these different guys. So they have a very basic understanding of us. But now, what he's saying now that they're going to have 2 dividing lines, primarily dealing with Vocab Malone, and other guests trying to get into our inner working. So now they're behind the scenes trying to do their research, dig up dirt or whatever that is that they can possibly get to try and discredit us, man. But that's the workings of Satan, just trying to come up against the truth. But the truth is going to prevail every time, man.
And start putting this together with the fact that I'm going to be doing a whole presentation on Deuteronomy 28 and the being sold, taken away to Egypt in ships passage and things like that. Spoken to my good friend Michael Brown. There's obviously great light that he can shed on some of these issues as well. We could put together fairly quickly a pretty wide body of information that has never been concentrated in one area before.
Like, what do they really think that they're going to come up with in Deuteronomy 28 that they think that can really combat the truth, man? These curses that the Lord told Moses to relay unto the children of Israel that will happen unto them if they don't follow his ways still stand firmly unto this day. Okay? That's why the scriptures say, the Spirit beareth witness that we are the children of the Most High. Okay? None of these curses fit. All these curses don't fit any other people out there upon the face of the earth except what you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, man. All right? And real quick, this is Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 46. And they shall be upon thee for a sign and for a wonder, and upon thy seed forever. Okay, so James White and Vocab Malone, they was pretty much trying to bring out the fact of what do these curses have relevancy of today. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, you're not supposed to search out the things of old and try to compare them to today, when the scriptures clearly tell us that we are to do that. Okay, and to prove that real quick, I got this precept. This is Job chapter 8, verse 8. It says, "For inquire, I pray thee, of the former age, and prepare thyself to the search of their fathers." Okay? "For we are but of yesterday, and know of nothing, because our days upon the earth are a shadow. Shall not they teach thee, and tell thee, and utter words out of their heart?" Okay, so the scriptures clearly tell us that we supposed to inquire of the former age and prepare ourselves for the search of our fathers. And they have the common saying today, in order to know where you're going, you have to know where you're from. you know, or if I roughly paraphrasing, if I misquoted it, you know. So the scriptures clearly do tell us that we supposed to look upon the things of old and try to compare them to the to today. That's why Romans 15:4 says the things that was written aforetime were written for our learning, man. But these guys err and not knowing the scriptures, man. But this is all the work of Satan that is just trying to come up against the truth. Real quick, this is Psalm chapter 56, verse 5. Every day they wrest my words, all their thoughts are against me for evil. So every day you have guys like these theologian guys that come to some sort of power structure within Esau society and go into their academies and their schools, wrestling and mishandling the word of the Most High as if they truly are prophets, man. When the Lord ordained his men of his nation, starting with the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, to be able to bring out this word and break down the deep, dark sayings and the parables and the mysteries, man. You know? And this guy, James White, clearly said that he's not a prophet. So he's crossing boundaries that he has no business into, man. Okay? So these guys have no business tampering with our book, man.
There are people who know a whole lot, much more than I'll ever know about this movement. They just haven't had the audience that we have. And so if we put it all together, it could be really a blessing to a lot of folks, but there is going to be a tremendous amount of pushback. And so your prayers are appreciated.
And listen to what he said. He said there is going to be a tremendous amount of pushback. Now look at this devil's face. Again, look at this devil's face.
Out of pushback. And so your prayers are appreciated.
I'm going to bring it back.
Folks, but there is going to be a tremendous amount of pushback. And so your prayers are appreciated.
Look, you can see that this devil is trembling and shaking in his little boots, man. Look at this devil face one more time when he says this, man.
Really a blessing to a lot of folks, but there is going to be a tremendous amount of pushback. And so your prayers are appreciated. It's so very strange to be in a situation where you've got dozens of videos coming out calling you every profane name under the planet, calling for your death and your destruction and everything else, experiencing horrific racism on one side. And
look, this devil is trembling, man. All the prophets, all the men that are under Great Millstone are truly doing is bring out the word and telling them about their future judgment, okay? And we have every right to put curses upon you devils, man, okay, for trying to represent our book and trying to tell us, you know, things about the prophecy, so on and so forth, that you have no business dealing with, man. You can tell and look at this devil's face that he's trembling in their boots, man, just as the heathens of old. And real quick, the show, because when these devils, they know when they're truly coming up against a righteous power, they fear, man, okay? And that goes back to that enmity that's between Jacob and Esau, and Jake overall having the upper hand. That's why these devils have to take these authoritative job as police officers, so on and so forth, so they can feel as though they have some type of power over Jake, okay? When in all actuality, they know that Drake is superior unto them in all aspects of life, man, you know? So real quick, this is the book of Joshua, chapter 5, verse 1. And it came to pass when all the kings of the Amorites, which were on the side of Jordan westward, and all the kings of the Canaanites, which were by the sea, heard that the Lord had dried up the waters of Jordan from before the children of Israel until we were passed over, that their hearts melted, neither was there spirit in them any more, because of the children of Israel. So he's losing a little bit of spirit that he has. You could clearly see that in his face, man. Like when you have them boxes or whatever, and you know, you can pretty much tell if somebody's intimidated or not by you when they have that square up right before, you know what I'm saying, they get to round one, man. When you got to touch gloves and all that, and you can look in the man's eyes and see the fear in him, man. You can see the fear upon this devil, man. Okay? Because when you come up against the true men of the Lord's true people, there is no wins for you heathens, man. Okay? And another quick example of that, right, is in the book of Esther.